It's not my mom at all. It's not who she really is.
Right now we're at a little over 50 grand.
These are his most recent photos. He doesn't want to be part of these scams because he knows that his images are being used all the time.
There's just no way I was not going to trust this woman, after that many years. She's always been trustworthy. She was almost begging me for another $8,000.
Do you still have feelings for Mark Scott?
I do.
So I did have a few words with him.
Oh my goodness! She gave all her passwords to him?
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. After Debbie gave a man she met online over $50,000 last week, we ran an investigation and we were able to reveal that she was in contact with what is known as a romance scammer.
I'm really confident that you're involved in what's called a romance scam based on this information. And so the victims that we actually got in touch with were people that had the exact same backstory as yours. The person's on the oil rig, their machine equipment broke down, they're stuck on the oil rig, they can't get off, they're asking for tickets, they're telling them they love you, they want to come see you, and they're right around the corner from coming to see you.
After the intervention, there were a lot of emotions. Debbie knew she had to confront the scammer and break ties. In this week's episode, we will reveal how it went. If you didn't see last week's episode, click this link.
That's where we located where she had sent some cash and she had purchased all of the Apple cards and everything through their credit card.
And how much money do you think she sent?
Right now we're at a little over 50 grand.
We appreciate all the support, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
So, it's been a week, huh? Since, 2 weeks since we talked. Okay, I think the first thing we want to know is what happened after we got off the phone?
Is it that I am talking to? And he said probably a 17-year-old from Nigeria. Right.
After you guys hung up, I kind of didn't know what to say. Just all the emotions. I just didn't know how to react because I'm thinking in my head, is she believing it? Is it real? Is she really believing this?
Welcome back, Deborah, to Scamfish. I can totally see it in your face. What are some of the emotions you've been going through?
I'm sad a lot. I cry a lot.
We decided to interview her husband, Gene, one last time. He told us about the first time he found out about Debbie taking money out of their life savings to send to the scammer.
When exactly did you first find out about the money, and then how did things progress to where you actually found out what happened with the money?
Well, I got a call from someone at the bank. He told me if I was aware of several very large withdrawals from our accounts. And I told him no. And I said, that's not right. There's something mixed up. So anyway, I got up the next morning, went to the bank, and I went in and started closing some accounts when I saw the withdrawals and moving them to my name only. Well, unbeknownst to me at the time, I was inside the bank. She was at the drive-thru trying to take out another $8,000. And I said, so you want to tell me what's going on here? She told me that she'd been helping him with some money issues, and if you can just give us another $8,000, he's going to get a $4 million bonus, and he's coming to get me next week, and we're moving to San Antonio.
So she tells you she's leaving you. She asked for $8,000 to tell you she's leaving you.
She was almost begging me for another $8,000 so that they could run off to San Antonio.
Can you imagine being married for 41 years and finding out that $50,000 is missing from your account? Then you find out that your wife has been giving money to another man who happens to be a scammer.
How are things going with your family?
We're getting along.
What about Gene? Have you talked to him about this since then?
I've seen him several times.
But it's still a little rough for me. I'm still trying to figure out how to be a bachelor. I haven't been one since the 70s.
Do you still have feelings for Mark Scott?
I do. The images and the conversations and the things we were going to do. And
So I did have a few words with him. First off, I just said, leave my mom alone. This is her daughter. And he immediately came back to me and was like, oh, you're the daughter that doesn't want your mom to have happiness. I was like, yeah, that's not true.
But this all started on September 17th. My mother went into the hospital. I was in the hospital with my mom, so I was just kind of ignoring it. But then he kept sending messages, and I'd look at them and just put it back in my purse. And then that night she had surgery, a very difficult surgery. And he kept asking how's she doing. So then Sunday we didn't get good news at all about my mother. So I was basically in the hospital for days dealing with all that. That's where everything starts getting fuzzy for me. Losing my mom and all that stuff.
And she actually even told me about the first interaction she had with this fella on Song Pop. And
So she told me about that story.
We were sitting down to supper and my husband said a prayer. But it was something about interacting with people or something. And it just, I'm like, he's talking about me. Me and this guy, that's what he's talking about.
after I said the blessing, she said, well, I reckon he's talking about me.
And I told him, I said, well, there's this guy named Mark Scott on Song Pop, and we're talking.
And then, I don't know, a few 15, 20 minutes later, I said, well, you know what? If it was me, I'd just give him the business right back. It's, hey, handsome, how you doing tonight? And
Yeah.
I meant give him the business, not give him your business.
And were they trying to get more money out of you, or did they get more money out of you after we spoke?
Yes.
I just went in and blocked him. Well, then 2 seconds later, we get another message from him. I was like, wait a minute, I just blocked you. So then I went in and I was like, he unblocked himself. And that was when I came out and asked Mom, I said, does he have your Facebook password? And at that time she said, he has all my passwords.
Oh my goodness! She gave all her passwords to him?
She obviously allowed him to change the passwords. So then he just gave her, he gave her the passwords that he made up. While we were at the phone store, then that lady was looking in her email, and that was where we seen people logging in and out from Nigeria.
It's been 2 months plus, and I'm still in disbelief, and I don't know how I'm going to recover from this.
Do you think there's a future for you two?
I'm not sure.
Do you hope there's a future with you two in it?
I don't know.
I tell you what,
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to show you the hottie I married.
I saw that picture. There was a picture of you guys sitting on the floor together, and I was just like, wow, like she's a keeper.
Yes, she was. I'm telling you, she still is.
What's the future hold for you? What are you wanting out of the future here now?
Some sort of a normal life, with or without Deb. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if she's completely awake and out of this dream world. I hope so for her sake. And if she never comes back, well, that's her choice, of course. But 41 years, I can't just turn it off. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
I'm leaving her a pathway back if she wants it.
Maybe some roses and a night out and reminding her how beautiful you think she is might do the trick. It may not. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
He's really trying, and he has tried ever since the beginning.
Do you think Debbie and Jean should work things out? Let us know in the comment section below.
One thing that's so apparent though when I met you and your family is that your family really cares about you a lot. If Stacy wouldn't have come to us and asked us to meet with you and look into this, where do you think you'd be right now?
I would probably still be talking to those people.
Obviously, we're trying to work back on our relationships as well. It's going to take time, to get back. I don't know if we'll ever truly get back to where we were, but we're trying.
Like, I'm really glad that we could help out and actually come up with something that really proved what was going on and help you guys get to the point where you guys can at least work on your relationships again.
Thank you for all your help.
Well, I tell you what, I appreciate everything y'all are doing there.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Are you unsure if the person that you've been talking to online is real or fake? Maybe you've been trying to get a family member or friend come to terms and you have a story you'd like to share about a romance scam. If this is you, email us at sharemystory@socialcatfish.com. By allowing our audience to hear about your experiences, you can educate them on what you went through, the signs that you witnessed. Education really is the best way to prevent these scams. Your story could be the reason that thousands of these scams are prevented.
Thanks for watching another episode of Scamfish. See you guys next time.